welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, we're in the garage right now, and in this video I had an intro that I was filming out on the water. The problem was the wind was really bad, and you're gonna hear the wind throughout this video, so I apologize in advance for the wind noise, but that's why we're doing this intro here in the garage. That wind ruined that audio. I mean, I can fix it, you know, it's just, my voice is so quiet, you can barely hear me. So what I'm gonna do is just do this intro here. So in this video, we finally get out on the water, take the boat out, test out these electronics that I've been working hard on to install, and really put them to the test to see if they're going to work. Now, obviously, it's in Minnesota here, where I'm going. You can't fish for bass, walleye, or pike. It's the opener isn't until the 13th or the 14th. I believe it's the 13th, but I know for sure it's the 14th is always usually the day because it's Mother's Day. But I think this year it is definitely the 13th. But don't quote me on that. Always check before you go out. But today, in this video, because I'm filming this intro 2 days later, but in this video, we can still fish. It has to be for panfish. So that's kind of what I'm going to fish a little bit for them. Not seriously, we're just going to get a rod out, cast around a little bit, and see if we can mark some fish on the Livescope, and work the 360. Get everything all dialed in, before next weekend, because the next weekend we're gonna head out and we're gonna really test them out on the big fish, the bass, and we're gonna go to a local lake that we know. So that way, I'm very green on Livescope, so green. I've only used it. This is now or in this video is only the second time I've ever used it. So I'm still really new at it. I got a lot of learning to do, so just bear with me while I'm using this stuff. Definitely no expert by any means at all. I'm learning as I go, and I'm watching YouTube videos too on some of the stuff and some of the settings, and you'll see in this video I followed MDJ's video, how he set up his Livescope in one of his videos. So it's very simple. It seemed very straightforward, and so I did so, and it worked for me. So, and you're gonna see that in this video. I don't want to give too much away. So that's what we're gonna do in this video, and like I said, the audio sucked from the wind, and you're gonna get some more wind noise later on in this video, so I apologize in advance again about that. So let's just get after it. Oh. Boy, that was a brisk ride. That was fun. I'm so happy to be back out on the water. For those of you that know, it's amazing. Okay, now we had a little bit of a run here. Hands are frozen. Should have wore gloves. That'd have been a smart thing to do. Let's see these electronics dumped in here and see how they work. I apologize, the wind is going to be a deal today. Huh, look at that. Livescope's working. You can see there's a lot of glare. I'm sorry. Yeah, Livescope is working. That is nice and clear. Yep, that's gonna do just fine. All right, so I want to show you guys my setup now here. Okay. So here's the main units, why I want them. You can see on the water now. I have a sonar down, the map, side imaging, which honestly, I don't really use the side imaging much up here. And then we have the, your down imaging here. Then over here, that's actually supposed to be the map. Big map. So what we'll do is we'll go to the big map here. Right here. And we'll set it. Shortcut saved. So what's going to be on here, actually, instead of the side imaging, we're going to have the 360. We're going to start that up here in just a moment. But I want to play around with the Livescope settings here. And we'll go from there. It's only set to 30 feet for right now. But yeah, we're going to do the Livescope here. Who knows if I really like this. And I've watched Scott Martin use the Livescope. I'm sorry, the forward facing, and then the perspective here, so you can see out and around, kind of like the 360. That's also an option I might try and do too. I don't know. I think first I'm gonna stick with my original plan, and I'm gonna have Helix 12 or 15. I don't know. We'll maybe start with Helix 12 here, and then keep that there. Helix 12 here, keep that there, and then I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I want to test this stuff out, make sure it's going to work the way I need it, and we'll do some crappie fishing. See if we can't find some bluegill too. There's some big ones in here. All right, I'm just going to check the distance on here and see how my crappie jig reads. Just going to throw this here. It's a little VMC Moon Eye jig with JE Custom Jigs Thumper crappie plastic. See it. Oh, there's a little fish coming up looking at it. Kinds of little ones coming up and looking at it. That's pretty much what they are, little ones. Okay, well, no, that's working. So, let's try the 360. All right, guys, you remember the 360? We got to use the switches here. This one and the one I put down here. So let's flip those guys on. Should be in business. It'll take a little bit for it to load, but we should see it here soon. So I'm gonna check it. Oops. So on these units, when it's there, but it's not running, it's grayed out, it'll get bold when it's reading it, when it's powered. So just gotta wait for that to turn on, and we'll run the 360. We'll take a look at things. Okay, so you can see it's bold. So we're ready to go. It's not pinging, start pinging. Yes. she is. Right now it's set to range 100 feet. There it is there. I got some settings to mess with. We'll have to get by some big rocks to really figure this out. Big rocks, weed lines. Okay. Well, so I got that working. So let's get up shallower here. Let's start messing around. Let's see if we can't find some of these crappies. Let's get up shallow. Let's give it a shot here. Pretty sure they're gonna be out deeper yet. Carl's Amazing Baits Dub Grub and the Panfish Jig Head that we got from our mystery tackle box. Fish Miss box. So you guys are just gonna hang on to these and use them. Well, here we go. Alright. It's really hard to see. Just match it up. Looks like it's gonna go on there all the way. Just come out of the very end there. Sorry for the wind. It's gonna be an issue today. This little thing actually might not do too well in the wind. You always want to try to get it straight. I'm not sure if I did, but I think it'll be okay for now. Oh, actually, that looks really good. There we go. But what I really wanted to do, I really wanted to throw on one of these beetle spins. JE Custom Jigs little thumper plastic is gonna stay on the jig, and we'll just put it aside here. There we go. Beetle spin. There we go. Spinner bait for panfish. Let's give this a shot. Probably gonna need to go deeper. I'm pretty sure it is cold. Water temperature is 45 degrees. Hasn't had a chance to warm up yet, so I'm pretty sure they're still out a little bit. But fish don't always play by the same book. Keep them honest. Got a small worm here. Let's try this guy. It's been beat up pretty good, but Well, I'm gonna mess with some of the settings here, and we'll move on. Alright guys, I just followed a video to set this guy up. Oops. Forget, I'm not used to touchscreens. Yeah, Mark Daniels Jr., MDJ's video about setting up how he sets it up. So I followed that real quick because I needed to set up the settings, and we're gonna make a couple of casts here. I think we did have a bite, so now we're gonna just check it out here. I can see it 65 feet out. That's good. I think my difficulty, what I'm gonna have difficulty with, is making sure I can constantly locate the bait with the Livescope. I feel like that's gonna be my issue for a little while till I get used to it. But it's just gonna take some time to work with it. Let's figure out this 360 here now. Alright guys, well, I've come to the realization that I got something going on with my 360, so I might be taking it off. Just not sure that I like how I've got it mounted. You can see there, it works, but I just got a feeling it's just going to be in the way, and I'm just not real comfortable with it. I know I did all that work installing it, but after using it, and this is why I wanted to get out here right now, not do this during tournament practice or anything like that. I want to test things out, see how I like them. I've yet to test out this guy yet, but we'll get to that point. So I have opted to go no 360. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think what I'm going to do later is I'm going to take that 360 off, I'm going to install it. I'm not going to unwire it. I'll leave the wiring in just in case. But I'm going to try it without it and see how comfortable I am. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we're off the water now, as you can see, obviously. We're on our way back home now. We did all the testing that we needed to do, or I did all the testing I needed to do for the boat and electronics, just kind of get it out on its maiden voyage for 2023, get it ran, and get up on pad, and everything went great. Except for our 360 imaging. It works. I'm having a little bit of some interference issues with it, but what I am noticing is that big bracket that I have to have on it because of the Terrova trolling motor. That big bracket, it's kind of in the way, and I have to have that bracket in order to put that 360 on there. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. I mean, otherwise I can't install it on that Terrova, which is fine. I wanted to try it and see how things went. It's in the way. I don't like it, so I am removing it. We will go without the 360 imaging for 2023 until I get a new trolling motor. We will be getting an Ultrex at some point. I'm probably going to wait till the end of the season. I don't like to change up my electronics in the middle of the season, and the main reason being is because I get dialed in on my electronics, and when I change them up, it changes things. I gotta redial in and relearn it. I don't like to relearn electronics in the middle of the season. So for that reason, we probably won't be getting the trolling motor, I mean, learning a trolling motor really isn't all that bad, but I'm talking about like mounting everything, and I'd rather do that in the off season. So we'll get that trolling motor probably in the off season, and you know, we're looking to upgrade to, you know, get rid of those 2 Humminbird graphs, smaller graphs on the bow, upgrade to one bigger unit. It'll probably be the Helix 12. I'd like the Helix 15, but we'll see what happens with that. I ultimately do want only 2 graphs on that bow, one being the Garmin graph with the Livescope, the other one the Helix. When I do get the Helix, I will make sure it's the one that's compatible with the Mega 360 imaging. So anyways, when we do get that trolling motor, we all set for Mega 360 if we end up getting that graph first. It all depends on if I find a deal or something happens, or if I find if it's on sale or anything like that, and I just got to buy it, you know, before the trolling motor, you know, that's fine. All in all, everything went great. I was really happy to see the Livescope working. I did not, however, test out the perspective mode. I think I'm going to wait until next weekend. And I did not try the manual pole mount for the Livescope. I was going to change it out on the water, move the transducer, Livescope transducer from the trolling motor to the pole out on the water, but as I was looking at it and getting into it, you know, it was a bit difficult to do on the water, and I don't want to risk dropping a screw down the water, so I'm going to do it off the water. But since I had it off the water, we got a lot of rain coming. I'm just going to do it at home in the comfort of the garage, and then I'll test it I'll test it out next weekend. Next weekend, we are heading out to one of our local lakes, and we're going to test out the Livescope there. I've never been to this lake this early in the season before, because we've always had tournaments. So I've never been to this lake this early. So we may not catch much. Maybe we'll catch a bunch of big ones or a bunch of dinks. Who knows? I'm not sure what we're going to run into. But we're going to give that a shot next weekend. So that's something to look forward to for the next video. So until then, I'll catch you guys later.